Hi everybody, Cassie Kelly here with On Point Holistic Marketing. I'm going to show you a little bit about online scheduling and how you can do some of the things that you are looking to do. So I'm using Calendly right now, which is a service. You can see this is the spelling up here. I'll highlight it up there for you. And anyway, with this software, you can allow your customers to book online. It is not designed specifically for reflexologists or massage industry, although I do think that it has many of the features that you are looking for. With the free plan, you can pick one event. So if all of your sessions are the same time, I'll show you some of the tricks there. We can set this up, or for $8 annual plan, $10 a month monthly plan, you can have unlimited events for all the different types of services that you offer. So in the settings area, we've set what the thing is. Now here is the part that you all want to know, is what are your options when it comes to booking and protecting your schedule and things like that. So for this event, I've said that it's a 60-minute event. That means that the session would be 60 minutes long. If it's 50 minutes long, you would go into the custom minutes and just do what you need. And you can decide how far in advance you want your customers to be able to, how long you want them to be able to book out in advance. For example, if your schedule can be pretty variable, maybe you only want to book, a month or two in advance, and you can set that here. You can say over a rolling period of days, which means that today they can book 60 days out. Tomorrow they can book 60 days out from that, so a day longer than they could the day before. You can pick specific date ranges, which probably would be a little more to manage and you wouldn't want to do that. Or you can just always leave it open and deal with, if something arises as a conflict for you, contacting those people individually. But we'll leave this that way. And then with the time zones, that's not a big deal probably for most of you when you're working locally and people are going to be in your own time zone. But in case you're doing things virtually, it's nice to know that it will display in whatever time zone that the person viewing your calendar would be. So like this is always going to display in the current time zone for the person using it. And now we get into the thing. I have set this up just a 9 to 5 schedule every day of the week. Of course, you can go in here and you can say on Mondays, I only work until 3. You can apply that only to this Monday, maybe because something has come up, or you can apply it to all Mondays. We can also get in here and when you're making changes to the time, you have some things to make it very nice. Specific dates, you just pick those dates, etc. And there is an advanced tab. Now, this is where we're setting that our the frequency of the time slots available to the individuals. This means that we are going to show them only every hour on the hour that they could book. So here, 9, 10, 11. Maybe you want to offer more flexibility and you allow it in 15 minutes. And I will go ahead and hit save really quick and show you how that would then change on this view. So now they could choose any of these times. Once they book one of these, if they book it at 9:30, it's going to book for an hour from then. So it might leave you with weird openings if you allow more flexibility in the time. So, but that will be up to you based on how you like to use your schedule. So we're going to go back in here and back to the advanced tab. So the 60-minute increments, though, if you need buffer time, probably isn't going to be well. So you'll need to kind of play around and find what works exactly for you. Now, this was one that was asked about specifically at a conference. And if you want to limit, like after I have 5 people booked for a day, that's it. Don't close that day off. You can customize that here. Another concern that I've heard is people don't want people to show up last minute and sneak in on them. So at the very minimum, you can probably say you want 24 hours advance notice. Some people might want even more. You can do even like 72 hours so people cannot book online within a couple days last minute notice. You could always have a note, to contact you for last minute openings or things like that. But anyway, that gives you a lot of flexibility there. And then the other big thing would be an event buffer. So how long does it take you from the time one session ends until you're ready to have the next client start their session. So you have the option here with Calendly to do it both before and after. However, you know, maybe you always need this much time after, and then you want to, again, pat on the front end. It just makes it a little more flexibility for you. And also, yes, this does integrate with Google Calendar. You actually have to have a Google account and a Google Calendar synced up with it. But we'll get into that here in a minute. I just want to go ahead and show you a few other quick options here. I can close that one. On the attendee questions, for example, if you have multiple services, they're all only an hour, you want to go with their free plan, you could ask them to tell you which service they wanted here. That would be one workaround. Or again, you can just pay for one of their plans and that would get around that. Here you can get into notifications and cancellation policy. With the free plan, you only can send them an email when the event is done. You will not get the reminders. To do the text reminders, you have to have one of the Premier plans, and the email reply is just the paid plan. But you do have the option to go in and personalize that information as well, and you can include your cancellation policy. Another nice feature is the confirmation page. Once they have confirmed their session is booked with you, I highly recommend that you will choose this redirect to an external site and create a page on your website confirming that they are registered with all the details that they need to know before they come. But the big reason that I really like this is because you can also use your Google Analytics then to track this as a conversion. If they are visiting a page on your site, you now know that wherever these people came from, they have booked a session with you, and that will help you with understanding your Google Analytics and which marketing methods and what sources are working best for you. You do also have the option to move on from this, collect payments. This does require one of the higher plans. It does not work on the free one, but it's completely optional. Now I want to show you a little bit about the Google Calendar. For example, if you want to say that you do not work on this day, you could go into Calendly. Google Calendar apparently heard me and is trying to talk to me. Okay, so anyway, I have on my Google Calendar, I have holidays in the US, so it'd be really easy to go through, copy this to my calendar, and mark it as busy. Now that I've marked it as busy and an all-day event, nobody can book this day. I'm going to refresh this here and show you that now they cannot book. I also put in the 72 hours. So now you can see that nobody can book before Thursday, given today is Monday, September 2nd. Also, if you have something on your calendar, you know, like school's out early, so we're going to bump that down here so you can see that easily. And I will go back over here. And now on the 18th, we'll scroll down and see that 1 o'clock, well, and a 3, because I only put that in for an hour. But if I go in here and edit that to cover me through the rest of the time that we're open, do a quick refresh and you will see now the last appointment for the day is 1 o'clock. So that is often how I use mine, that I book things on my Google Calendar and it blocks things off. I don't have to always go into the settings here and make sure that I have adjusted these times. I can keep these times standard and then just make all the variations with my schedule the other way. Same thing like if you have a regular client, you know, it might just be easier to put in the Google Calendar, the repeat, and that way you can always adjust it if needed that way. So then just so you can see that Calendly, they offer a completely free level where as long as you only have that one event type, so all of your sessions would be the same time, we'll be able to fit the same structure, you can use this for free. it is, so there's the billed annually and the billed monthly pricing. But so then yes, then the next level up would be $10 a month. And with that one, you can also have 2 connected Google Calendars. If for some reason you use multiple calendars and you want both of them to block off time, you can do that. You get an unlimited event type. So everything you schedule, no matter how long it is, all your different things, this is probably the more user-friendly version for your clients. I will definitely say that. And then that's where also, again, you get, oh, actually, this is where you can add event links to your page. So if you want to do the thank you page on your website, then you do have to have the paid plan. And that's where you get the customizable email notifications and reminders as well. So you can see here lots of different features and functionality. Now there are other software out there that does get some of these similar things that are maybe more designed for if you have other special needs with your business, then we will get into those and other things, as well as a full demo if you're looking to, create the account and you need help on the walkthrough for all those features. That will also be coming soon. So let's get some more feet on your table with online scheduling.